Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for once again joining me for tea time. So, today we have a little misty morning. This is gives you a little bit of spunk. I need that this Monday morning. I can't believe where'd the weekend go, right guys? Where'd the weekend go? I don't know. Time is going by so quick. We have the holidays right around the corner. I don't know. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about Olympus, and I want to get into the camera industry as a whole also and talk about where I think things are going. And I want to hear from you. You know, I'm wrong a lot and I'm right sometimes, but I want to hear from you. I want your thoughts in the comment area. Let's have this discussion at the end of this video. And then after, don't forget to head over to community.JCristina.com. Once again, it's community.JCristina.com. It is a creative Discord server that I created for all of us to have a really nice conversation after the fact outside of YouTube, where everything is searchable and fully archived and everything is just awesome. So definitely head over there. Matter of fact, there's a brand new photo contest going on. The theme is giving thanks. Post a picture and you're going to win something that is pretty amazing for this next one. The last day is November, I believe, 30th for this specific photo contest. So don't forget to get into that. Anyways, I've noticed that there's just millions of views on my videos over the course of the year and a half, whatever. But there's 26,000 of you that are subscribing. So if you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed, please not only give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome if you enjoy the content, but please also subscribe to the channel and click the bell so that you are notified when new content comes out. I'm usually coming out with content every week, at least 1 or 2, sometimes even 3 videos. So get involved, get in there, subscribe, and you'll be able to find all of my stuff as it comes out and hopefully interact with us. Now, Olympus. You notice by the name of this video that I don't think Olympus is going to be around very long. When I say Olympus, I'm talking about their camera division. I'm not talking about Olympus in whole, but Olympus's camera division. They just have been making some moves that just don't make sense, okay? And for me, their last hurrah was that last camera that they put together was that EMX1. Why do I say that? It was a micro four thirds camera for $3,000, okay? I don't care how weather sealed it is and how rugged it is. A lot of people out there are not going to spend $3,000 on a micro four thirds camera when we're seeing sub $1,000 full frame cameras out there. Now, are they equal? Are they on par? Does Olympus have a lot of great stuff in that M1X? Yes, it does. But still, guys, still, you're talking about a micro four thirds camera. I said they're not going to sell any of these things. I can't wait to see the numbers on them. I haven't seen the numbers yet, but when they come out, I guarantee you they will be subpar. They'll be underwater, whatever you want to call it. Now, what I did is what sparked this whole conversation is one of the rumor sites had a really great visual as to how the industry is performing in accordance to smartphone performing, okay? So how the increase of smartphones have affected the decrease of digital camera sales. Let me bring this up on my screen. So here you can see smartphone sales in comparison to camera sales. Now, this information is coming from CIPA as well as statistica.com. If you don't know who CIPA is, you can go over to cipa.jp. That is a Japanese firm. It stands for Camera and Imaging Product Association. They do a lot of statistical information for the industry. So this is just some information that was compiled that I found on one of the forums somewhere. I thought this was really informative. Now, as you can see, we've had this discussion in the past that we feel that, well, camera phones or smartphones are definitely affecting sales of cameras. And when we look at this, it's just plain as day to see. Let me grab my yellow highlighter here. So right here, we have the rise of digital cameras. This is right around 1999. That was when things really just started spiking, when digital cameras became really hot and people started buying them. By 2009, it was kind of the digital camera's heyday, let's just call it. 121 million cameras sold. We're looking 10 years later and look at this chart. 1.5 billion smartphones being sold. What a major difference. Look what has happened in 10 years. We've seen that the digital camera industry has tanked. Now, bear in mind, look at the difference between camera phones, the numbers in comparison to cameras. It's a big difference. We have 21 million at this line, where it's actually 1,400 million on this side. So there is a disparity. This chart would have to be mega long to be able to see the difference, but it gives you an idea of what's going on here. They literally went exactly opposite. One went down, one went up, and they crossed right about here. But bear in mind, guys, you see what's going on here with smartphone sales? They're starting to go down. Why is that? In my personal opinion, I think that we're hit this saturation point, let's call it. There's just simply enough phones out there. There's simply enough phones out there where people used to renew their phones or get a brand new one right around every 2 years, sometimes even every year. We're now sitting at 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Some people don't even get new phones for 5 or 6 years. So we're seeing that decline. Also, innovation is just not there. We have the same junk year after year. The iPhone 7, the iPhone 8 is probably pretty close to what we're seeing now with the iPhone 18. I mean, it's just kind of enough's enough and people just don't care anymore. There's not that much new stuff in there. Will there be? Yes. I do believe that everything works like this, in like a biorhythm. I think right now we're going to see camera phones come down, but I do think that those phones are going to go back up, but not as of yet. All right. Now, if we look at Olympus and why I entitled this whole discussion what I did, the whole idea of their camera division going belly up, basically just selling out to someone, I think it is a definite possibility. There's rumors out there that have been talking about this for a while. I've talked about this way back before they even released that EM1X that I thought was just, oh my God, that I thought was just their last hurrah, all right, in my personal opinion. When they put out a $3,000 Micro Four Thirds camera, I knew that was just pretty much it. And that's just my opinion. And maybe I'm wrong, okay? But I could be completely wrong here. And tell me in the comments below why I'm wrong. The bottom line here is I don't see how they can hang on. Now, when Leica and Sigma and Panasonic came together with this L alliance, this L mount alliance, my thought was Olympus would go down the same road with them and get involved in this alliance. And when they didn't, it kind of, for me, put the nail in the coffin. I think they pretty much died at that point. They released this ridiculous camera that I can't wait to see the sales numbers on it. I really do think this M1X just tanked. All right, they spend a lot of money in R&D, and they basically have a Micro Four Thirds camera for $3,000. And yes, it's a rugged camera, and yes, it does a lot of great stuff. But the bottom line is, we're sitting, guys, at full frame mirrorless cameras under $1,000. It's very difficult for people out there to spend $3,000 on a Micro Four Thirds. And that's why I've said in the past that I do think that the Micro Four Thirds will be going the way of the dinosaur, the dodo bird, or whatever you want to call it. I think they're going to slowly go away. And I do feel that the smartphones are what has been encroaching on them, because people say, am I going to buy a point and shoot, or am I just going to get a really good smartphone? And a lot of people are opting to get a quote unquote really good smartphone because they think that the photos are going to be as good as a point and shoot. And the bottom line is they're not. But taking that all into consideration, right now we have very small sensors in these smartphones, and they're doing 100 plus megapixel images. But people don't understand that megapixels mean nothing when the pixels are trash. All right? They're tiny, tiny trash pixels. They're not big pixels that you can actually do something with later. They're small. And as soon as these phones get into low light, it's game over. They turn into a big brick. It's a useless device, all right? But a lot of people don't know that, right? So I do think that these phones are going to get larger and larger sensors in those cameras. Why is that? Because the damn phones are getting bigger and bigger and they can afford to put larger sensors into them. I mean, as of now, you see people walking around, it looks like they have an iPad on their face. All right? I'm a guy that just wants to take a phone and stick it in my pocket. I don't want a man pouch, a man bag, or something hanging from me. No offense to any of you guys that have man pouches. Just, I don't want that. I don't like the look and I don't like something hanging from me. I don't want this device hanging from me. All right? I was a guy that had a beeper. All right? And you had the beeper hanging on you all the time. Okay? That was before phones. I'm kind of old. Am I old? I guess I'm kind of old. Anyways, beepers. All right? So I don't want anything hanging from. I just want to slip in my pocket, go and use it. And that's it. So there's a finite size that I will take, period. But we see all of these iPhone Pluses and Pixel and these big monstrosities that people are holding up, and I think they look ridiculous. But full circle, those cameras in those smartphones can now have larger and larger sensors, like I said, further to encroach on the micro four thirds and point and shoot market. Okay? Point and shoots are well underwater, well 50% of sales in the last couple of years. People are not buying point and shoots, they're buying better smartphones, like I said. So let me pull up total sales here. Now this is coming in, once again, from CIPA. So let's see what's going on here. Let me grab my highlighter. You can see this dotted line is your 2017, the black line is 2018, and this orange line is 2019. You can see the exact same fluctuation that happens during these specific times of year, but the bottom line is it's continuously less and less. Let me pull up another image. This right here is interchangeable lens sales. Once again, we can see the dotted line for 2017, the black line is 2018, and now this orange line is 2019. Once again, we're going lower and lower and lower. We have this little bump that's happening here right around September. Why is that? That's a lot of these little hot releases of these full frame mirrorless cameras that a lot of people started getting into and purchasing, especially now. Like I said, we're at sub $1,000 full frame mirrorless camera. So you had this little bump, but I guarantee you, if this chart is anything like the past charts that we've seen, we're going to see this start tanking too, just like this. So it will continuously remain underwater going forward. And if we look at this other chart that I have here, let me grab this one. This one is the equivalent to point and shoots, that built-in lens type of camera. Look at this. Once again, we're looking at this 2017 number all the way up here. And then 2018 we dropped, and then finally 2019 once again is underwater. We're going lower and lower and lower. And I predict this one, especially since it is that built-in or that point and shoot, I predict this one really tanking coming up soon. But we will see what happens with these 3 months. We'll see what the data looks like come in January, let's say. But that's what I predict that we're going to see. So this all being said, going full circle, what do we think is going to happen with Olympus here? I personally think that they're going to sell their digital imaging division. I think they're going to get rid of it. They're not able to keep above water. They just simply can't. They didn't move into full frame, which they should have, like Panasonic did, like I said they should have done. They created a camera that no one's going to purchase. There's a lot of things that they're doing that just, the writing is on the wall. They cannot just continue down this road and just hemorrhage money. Okay, they just simply can't. So I think someone's going to pick up their imaging division. Maybe it's Sony, it could be Sigma, all right? Maybe even Panasonic, who knows? They could possibly do it. Now we see Panasonic that's moved into that S line where they are full frame mirrorless, okay? So they're moving forward. Olympus is that company that's not moving forward. Some people will be like, wait a second, Joe, look at Fuji. They never went full frame. Yeah, but they have APS-C on lockdown, number one, and number two, they went past the full frame and they went to medium format, all right? I still believe, and I'll say it again, Micro Four Thirds is going to drop and APS-C is going to pick up where they left off. APS-C is going to be the next full frame, and the full frame shooters are going to be the next medium format. Medium format is going to be that camera, that system that the professionals use down the road. As we can see, Fujifilm is bringing medium format to the masses. All right. So is it there yet? No. All right. It's not there. Okay. But it's getting there. And I do think that Fujifilm is going to be that company that pushes that medium format into everyone's hands down the road, because they just simply can. They're doing a great job at it. So anyways, this is my thoughts on Olympus. I want to know what you think. Do you think that they're going to get rid of their imaging division? Do you think they're going to be able to just stay with it and be able to keep plugging those point and shoots out there, pushing them out there, and hopefully holding up that imaging department with those point and shoots? Or will we continue to see that drop in point and shoot camera sales because of that continuous upswing of smartphone sales? If that's the case, I don't think it's going to work. I really don't think that it's going to work. But I want to hear from you. What do you think is going to happen with Olympus going forward, especially seeing these numbers as we can see on these charts? What do you think is going to happen? Anyways, guys, as always, if you enjoy my content, throw me a big thumbs up. That would be awesome. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you can get all my content when it becomes available, and click the bell icon so when it is available, you will be notified of it. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools that I've invented for you and me over the years. And hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me. That would be awesome. Thank you so much for being here once again for Tea Time. I appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you very soon. Many blessings to all of you. Take care.